Crazy.
Me, I'm a unicorn today, so. Woo! Alright. The story is about a girl who started out small. She came out a screaming baby because she wanted to stay in her nest. Being pushed out in the air like a bird, she never really knew much. One family, small house, lots of negativity. But that's just 5. She's a small girl, hating the fact that she'll stay in prison her whole life. People picking on her, and her crying because she misses mom. Well, this small girl grew up before he knew it. And she had a voice. A small one, but loud enough to check you if you needed it. And she still has much to say and will never stop. And at age 13, this big girl is out in the world, flying and soaring around the sky like her mama bird taught her. But shall she stop and think? Because she never has a plan. The harsh reality forces all of this out in. But this is a story about a girl still trying to find herself. She's moving on to the second fact, that she's going to go to the second prison, high school. Don't ever forget this little one. What about the small ones?
Today, I am doused in guilt, and I don't know what to do with these hands. Facebook and Twitter have informed me that my friends have joined together in digital solidarity to fight for our memory or your rights, or so this never happens again. Photos from the front line of our most righteous of selves, inspirational memes and hashtags. I realize this has happened before. I wonder, if I listen to the recordings of your murder, will I feel anything different? To me, your life and death is no more than a Facebook update, a trending topic, hashtag. I hope somebody is still praying for your mother. Hashtag, is it okay to talk about gun control now? Hashtag, what is the meaning behind all of this? Hashtag, all black bodies look alike until they're murdered. I am overwhelmed by the irrational ranting of a society too busy worrying about whether or not black lives are important enough to fight for, to actually fight for black lives. And yet, as I stand here ranting, I realize it's because I don't know what to do with these hands that must hold and protect my son. They are not bulletproof. They are made of the same brown material that have seen so many murdered. But before I bow at the altar of suburban flight, I realize that somewhere, somebody is still crying for you. That somewhere a black mother is gathering all the suspicious clothing her children own, dressing the scarecrow in the front yard, and burning our post-racial society in effigy. That somewhere a black female college student is being followed in a Macy's on suspicion of being a black female college student. That somewhere, hands up, please don't shoot. That somewhere, why did you shoot me? You told me to get my ID. That somewhere, I'm sorry my music is too loud for you to hear my humanity. That somewhere, I can't. That somewhere they are toasting the man who did this to you. And the clans are gathering. Only this time they won't be wearing hoods. They'll be dressed in suits, cloaked by law, charged with progressing the doctrine that if you do not look like you belong here, you can be murdered. That if you look like you belong here, you can be murdered. I will not always be able to protect my son. I pray that by then, black children and fear, black women and violence, black trans and assault, black male and thug, black bodies and deceased are no longer synonyms. At night, when I take my 2-year-old son's clothes off, I say, hands up, Henry. He thinks we are playing a game. I pray he will know what to do with his hands.
I see my brothers and sisters abusing themselves by fighting, drowning within alcohol, using cigarettes to depress every emotion they try to confide within themselves. But they don't realize that they are more than that, you see. My kings and queens, tonight is for everybody to understand me. I work hard for unity within our communities because I come from nothing but family. So I'm cutting off these loose ends that you try to hand me while steady asking this question, are we free? Or is conformity the only road that is my destiny? I mean, I know I'm destined to be something great because I am Martin Luther. I am the descendant of Huey Newton, piecing together troopers, preaching my thoughts on the page with my pen. But I'm locked behind a different set of bars that don't represent a sin. I represent the new breed of leaders that want change, and we all know from past experiences that it won't come without feeling pain. So forget these chains because that isn't who I am. Forget this soup because that doesn't justify whether or not I'm a man. The real justification should come from what I stand for, and that shouldn't show you what's in store for me, because I'm not sitting in the jail gripping tight on the peace, even if the only thing I stand for is peace. I just want you all to listen to me speak as I spit my decree, because I know our revolution and unity will be televised. Everything I visualize will become a reality. I just want us all to be free, and all I ask is for my soldiers of every creed and color to walk with me. Because Martin had a dream, and that dream is unity between you and me, and I won't stop till it happens, just wait and see. We're all one entity, I love you all, but living in America, if your skin isn't white, they don't give a damn if you fall. I mean, let's keep it real, regardless of how anybody feels, that's the truth. I just hope I don't get shot down for trying to improve the minds of the youth, because it's been disgusting what our topics of discussions have been. But I stand before you all to say, you don't need to wallow in these distractions just to see a better day. I know it's difficult to have to see these images replayed, but this is our story, and we are able to rewrite each page. Hood Preacher.
No one is really here for you except for yourself. We are so quick to target other people when you, Mr. Lonely Hypocrite, are the problem. Mr. You can't do this or do that, but you do all of the same things. How can I find a solution to all of your petty mind games, Mr. Ego Statistic? You see, yes, I see you have many names, Mr. Oppressor. No one can be higher than you, or will surely be going against the grain. But don't forget, I'm a person just as much as you, and that doesn't mean I have to do all the things you want me to do. Because even though we argue, and even though you argue and try to ruin my mood, Mr. Lonely Hypocrite, I see right through you.
Art is the expression for when the soul just can't describe with words how it feels. Art is what we are all. We're all here for it. Because in our life, we're all different things. We're beautiful creatures, we're heartbroken spirits, but yet we just can't understand. We can't understand why we do certain things that life just doesn't have planned out for us. Yet for me personally, I don't get it. I don't get why it's always me. I've often been judged too hard that I began to forget the real me. If only they could see the little girl that got told take first place in the race of growing up. But now, more than ever, I would just want to put my hands up and give up. Can I just say, Mommy, I'm scared. Please come back and hold me till I get sleepy. But I'm no longer young. My childhood got robbed of the rest. I'm not materialistic, it's just the last of my love was put into an object, something that I would never leave. Didn't mean it wouldn't get stolen, but the distance is closing. I was stuck in first place just because of puberty, but I'm striving for less because I'm sick of being called fast. High school is just a year away. Another round of unanswered hows and whys, it is. And you need to know all that I say, it is. Society has taught me that being confused is wrong. It took me some time, but I realized they've been singing white is right like song. Textbooks taught me to look up at the white queen and down upon mother. We let the ignorant pales get a singing light is right like a church hymn. So maybe my heritage was tainted, not by immigrants, but by ignorance.
It's for all the kids who wither away in classroom boxes and cicada themselves out windows as soon as the teacher begins, leaving empty shells behind. The ones who whine, what's geometry really for? I'm never going to use it. Colossal kids that shrink under spotlights expecting to hear freeze, stop, but instead for must they hear go, move. Now is your time. Always loosen up first though. Deep breath, everyone. Inhale the up rock, pause to think. Exhale the MC stare and don't blink, don't you ever let them tell you that you need laser cartridges or high-priced anythings. All you need is your voice, hands, comfortable shoes, a landscape, imagination, and the will. But you want geometry, so okay. Are all beats quadrilateral? Depending on the location of the center of rotation, can you tell me the diameter of this cameo record? What is the symmetry to this picture? What is the radius of a fifth grader's windmill? How much area will these 4 cans of spray paint cover? Yes, the metaphors have always been 3-dimensional because we've been rocking this here since Converse. We are WBL. Helping teens to discover their mutant power since 2002, like how to make canvas chromatically explode, how to freeze crowds in awe, how to reach through milk crate portals, pulling historic singers back to life just to play with musicians of today. And it won't be easy. Sometimes the floor will feel indifferent. Trains will break down and skip like crack records and friends. Some will morph away into shadow, but then what? There's a long, hard walk back to your seat unless you stand up on your own two. Ante up and let them know who's got the props. Snatch that diploma, ace that contest. Don't just get a job, create one. That's what we're giving. The extra bop in your step as you stride in any office, any cipher, any art gallery, or across any stage to speak with conviction and with rhythm. To capture colors and shades yet unseen and still hidden, this is our mission. We are WBL. And we don't want you to just rock a crowd. We expect you to rock the entire world.
Dear future daughter, throughout your life, you will meet boys who will tell you they love you solely because of what you represent. To them, you resemble exactly what they've been searching their entire lives for: companionship. To them, you will be nothing more than free, last-minute, convenient companionship. They will tell you they love you, even though they have no idea what love really is. You see, love is considerate and incredibly unselfish. Love will make you smile at the most random times. Love will demand you are treated like the queen you are. Love is overwhelming. As your father, it's best that I tell you this before some guy who claims he loves you comes into your life, breaks your heart, and leaves me to pick up the pieces he left behind. You may think that I'm being an overprotective dad, but I'm just looking out for you. I will always look out for you. To the boy who my daughter will one day claim is the one, I hope you're different. Thank you.
Good to say, Look to the person to your left, say, neighbor? 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 I feel good. Just.
One of these days, you have to text me back. And then,
I'll be ready. Ready to go smack like a go smack ever went smack before. I'll be ready to text the hell out of you. Sweat the apathy off your palms, hit you up like your life's on the other line. Like, I'm just trying to be your lifeline. But you don't seem to pick up the phone too often. Perhaps I'm just too deadbeat to get your pulse going. But baby, sweetheart, you're gonna have to text me back. And maybe then you can slip up and let me sweep you off your feet. Maybe then you'll mess around and let me take your heart like I loaned it to you in the first place. Like I got a Netflix subscription and an infinite supply of popcorn. Like we the last tongues in a burning bush and we all desperate for a miracle. Like me getting past that hay stage. You know that waiting 30 minutes desperately trying to type considering how many Y's you should put before HE without sounding too thirsty. And then still waiting hours wondering maybe the message didn't send. Or she's taking a nap. Or she's busy training tadpoles to do backflips, or measuring the ideal circumference of a snow cone, or frying chicken, or learning Swahili, something, anything, other than the last person she wants to talk to. See, I just want to talk to you. You seem to come off a pretty busy individual, and I'm not trying to come off too strong, it just seems you look like a character study on Perfect. And we seem to wait our entire lives desperately waiting for a call, a message, a sign, a something, and I'm just sick and tired of waiting, pretending like opportunity ain't knocking when it's been busy blowing up your phone. That's it. That's all I got for that. Peace out. Follow me at Notkosi for real poems and stuff and whatnot. 8 at Notkosi, Notkosi. I love y'all.